Hello everyone. I want to talk about parallel lines and perpendicular lines. So the learning objective of today is how to distinguish between parallel lines and perpendicular lines, or how to prove that two lines are parallel or two lines are perpendicular. Hello everyone. Welcome back again in my YouTube channel Math Everywhere. Today I want to talk about parallel lines and perpendicular lines. So the learning objective of today is how to prove two lines parallel or how to prove two lines perpendicular. So parallel lines are the lines that will never intersect each other, like the edges of the street, your right side and left side, or the opposite sides of a rectangle, let's say, or the board or your laptop, every two opposite sides of a parallelogram, for example. So they look like these two lines on the screen, and if you notice, they have the same slope. So we say that two lines are parallel if they have the same slope, or the slopes are the same. So if m1 equals m2, that means the lines are parallel. For example, here the first slope of the line, the slope of the first line is rise over run. So I moved from the left to the right. I moved 1, 2, 3, so positive 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 3 over 5. The same thing, the same scenario is with the second one. 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So both slopes are 3 over 5. So we say the lines L1, which is the line 1, y equals m1x plus b1, and L2, y equals m2x plus b2 are parallel if the slopes are equal. That is the only condition. Example, what about these two lines? Y equals 3x minus 7 and y equals 3x plus 9. Are they parallel or not? As you notice, the slope is the linear coefficient, the number before x power 1, so 3. And the slope here also is 3, so m1 equals m2 is 3, so the lines are parallel. Example 2. Line 1, y equals 2x minus 7. Line 2, y equals negative 2x plus 9. As you notice, the first slope is 2, whereas the second slope is negative 2. Since they are not equal to each other, that means the lines are not parallel. Example, 4y equals 8x minus 16. 25y equals 50x plus 100. Are they parallel or not? Remember, these two equations don't look like y equals mx plus b. So you need to change them. You need to develop them. Because when you see 4y, that's inappropriate. Y should be alone. Do you remember in the last video I said y should be alone? So you need to divide both sides by 4. So I divided everything by 4. Everything by 4. Remember. So 4y divided by 4 is y. Now it's appropriate. 8x divided by 4 is 2x. Negative 16 divided by 4 is negative 4. So the slope of the first line is 2. What about the second one? The coefficient of y here is 25. You need to divide by it. You should leave y alone. You should isolate y. Y should be alone. Y equals, it shouldn't be 25y. So I need to divide everything by 25 because y is multiplied and the opposite of multiplication is division. So I divided everything by 25. So 25y divided by 25 is 1y. I shouldn't write 1. Okay. Then 50x divided by 25 is 2. 100 divided by 25 is 4. So the second slope is 2 and the first slope is 2. That means the lines are parallel. So they are parallel because of the fact that the slopes are equal. Example, y minus x minus 1 equals 0. Negative y equals negative x plus 5. It's a complicated question, by the way. Do you think they are parallel or not? Let's see. X and 1 shouldn't be with y. They should be on the right side, right? So I have to move them to the right side. Why? Because y should be alone. Remember that. So y should be on your left side. negative x minus 1 should be moved to the right side so that signs are changed. Negative x will become positive x and negative 1 will become positive 1. So the slope is the number before x, which is 1. But it's not written, okay? So the first slope is 1. Now what about the second one? The second equation. The coefficient of y shouldn't be negative 1. It should be 1. So what should I do? Divide all of them by negative 1 to get rid of this negative 1 before y. So I divided the whole equation by negative 1. So negative y divided by negative 1 is positive y. Negative x divided by negative 1 is positive x. Positive 5 divided by negative 1 is negative 5. So now again, y is alone, isolated, and the slope is the number before x, the coefficient, the linear coefficient we call it, so 1. So since both slopes are 1, that means the lines are parallel. Example, 3y minus 7x minus 3 equals 0. 7y equals 3x plus 14. Do you think this is the form that you want to be? No. It should, y should be alone, right? Should be isolated. So first step here, I need to move negative 7x minus 3 to the other side. That will become positive. Then the second step is dividing everything by 3y, because the coefficient before y is 3. It should be 1, because y equals mx plus b. That means 1y, not 3y's. So I need to divide by 3. I divided everything by 3. So the last answer is y equals 7 over 3x plus 1. Why 1? Because 3 divided by 3 is 1. So the slope here is 3 over 7. So let's work on the second one. 7y equals 3x plus 14. I need to divide everything by 7. So I got y equals 3 over 7x plus 2. Okay, what did you notice? That the first slope is 7 over 3 and the second slope is 3 over 7. Since they are not equal, that means the lines are not parallel, because 7 over 3 doesn't equal to 3 over 7. That's all about linear, about parallel lines. Now perpendicular lines. If I have two lines perpendicular, that means the angle between them is 90 degrees and they are intersecting each other in one point. So the lines are perpendicular if the product of their slopes is negative 1. So you need to calculate both slopes and multiply the slopes by each other. The answer should be negative 1, or must be negative 1. To be perpendicular, the multiplication of their slopes must be negative 1. The slopes are not equal here, okay? So m1 times m2 should be negative 1. If it's not negative 1, the lines are not perpendicular. It must be negative 1, okay? This is the rule. Example, y equals 3x minus 7, y equals negative 1 over 3, x plus 9. So the first slope is 3, the second slope is negative 1 over 3. Let's multiply them by each other. 3 times negative 1 over 3. This 3 can be written as 3 over 1, by the way. So 3 over 1 times negative 1 over 3. The answer is negative 3 over 3, which is negative 1. The lines are perpendicular. Second example, y equals 2x minus 7, negative 2y equals x plus 9. So the first line, the equation of it is ready, so the slope is 2. But the second one, I need to divide by negative 2, right? To leave y alone, or isolate y. So if I divide everything by negative 2, it will be y equals negative 1 over 2 x minus 9 over 2. So negative 1 over 2 is the second slope. If I multiply them by each other, I'm gonna get negative 1. So they are perpendicular. The second one, 8y equals 4x minus 16, negative 25y equals 50x plus 100. Are they perpendicular or not? I need to change or develop the equations. Equation number 1, I need to divide everything by 8. And equation number 2, I need to divide everything by negative 25. So for the first one, if I divide everything by 8, it will be y equals half x minus 2. So the first slope is half. Now the second one, this. I will divide everything by negative 25, so y will be isolated, and 50x divided by negative 25, the answer is negative 2. 100 divided by negative 25, the answer is negative 4. So the second slope is negative 2. The first slope is half. Let's multiply them by each other. Half times negative 2, the answer is negative 2 over 2, which is negative 1. So they are perpendicular. Next, y minus 9x minus 1 equals 1. Negative 9y equals negative x plus 27. What do you think? Are they perpendicular or not? They are not perpendicular. Why? Because in the first equation, if you move negative 9x minus 1 to the right side to isolate y, it's going to be y equals positive 9x plus 1, so the slope is 9. The second equation, I need to divide everything by negative 9. So y should be isolated. So if I divide everything by negative 9, it will be negative 9 divided by negative 9 is 1. Negative 1 divided by negative 9 is 1 over 9. 27 divided by negative 9 is negative 3. So the second slope is 1 over 9. So now I will multiply the slopes by each other. 9 times 1 over 9, the answer is positive 1. It's not negative 1, so the lines are not perpendicular. Remember, the answer must be negative 1, not 1. One more example. 3y minus 7x minus 3 equals to 0. 7y equals negative 3x plus 14. So the first equation should be developed. I should move negative 7x minus 3 to the other side. They will be positive. Then divide everything by 3 to isolate y. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 7 over 3x plus 3 over 3 is 1. So the slope is 7 over 3. Now the second equation, 7y equals negative 3x plus 14. I should divide everything by 7 to isolate y. It's gonna be 7y divided by 7 is y. Negative 3x divided by 7 is negative 3 over 7x. 14 divided by 7 is 2. So the second slope is negative 3 over 7. And the first slope is 7 over 3. I just want you to look at them. Did you notice anything? The first slope and the second slope, they are swapped. So if the first one is 7 over 3, the second one is 3 over 7. And they have different signs. One is positive, one is negative. This is the secret behind having two perpendicular lines. So now if I multiply them, the answer will be negative 1. That's all about perpendicular and parallel lines. Good luck, and it's your turn now to solve some questions. Thank you for watching.